instead.
Maybe this
So
make
I
it
just
work.
chopped it down real quick. And
Recognize my face.
look where the hogs have rubbed that thing to death. You can see their little tooth.
Good morning, everybody. How are y'all today? I am on my boat fishing, and
check this out.
I caught a big catfish last night on my line. I had a little trot line out, got tangled up in it.
Basically nothing.
And
you can throw them in the river.
Anyway, I got it untangled, had to pull my trot line up and come in here and get my great big net to pull it in, and I just love it. I love to fish, I love to do all this stuff, and man came and put his boat in. He said, I just knew it was going to be, the fish would be biting today. He said, that's why I come down here. I figured you'd be fishing and the fish would be biting. And I am, and I'm on the boat. Put my trot line back out and got my dog down here. My husband, he don't care too much for it. He says it's too little, and he's got a big 60-inch screen TV in the house, so he'd rather stay in there and watch his TV than my 42-inch down here on the boat. Anyway, I'm intending on doing a little work in here today. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do. He's wanting to pull down the walls. I've got the styrofoam walls in here. He's wanting to pull them down and put some 2x2s behind to where he can screw into the walls, because we got too much weight on it. And he's talking about building a pontoon out of barrels and putting for the tritoon. I don't know if it's going to work. All we can do is pull the boat out and try it and see. That's all I know to do. Anyway, that's what his plans are, and we've been talking about it a couple of summers, and I've been trying to find us one pontoon that's reasonably priced to where we can get it to put under here. Even if it's a little longer than the boat, we can put it out to the front, which that's going to mess up my fishing hole inside the boat. So, I'm wondering about that. I hate to lose my fishing hole in here, but if it'll make the boat sturdier to where I can put more weight in here, because right now, just what we've got is quite a bit of weight on it, and he said that putting 2x2s in the wall is more weight, and so we're going to take my freezer out, which is probably 100 pounds, maybe not that much, and put it on the deck and put a lock on it to where I can leave it. If I go off, I can hook electricity to it and leave it right there on the deck. Anyway, got a few boats running around today. They're starting to come in here. It's the weekend, so I figure it's supposed to be pretty nice, so I figure I'll be busy collecting money and for these boaters that come in and out. The hunters come in here in the winter and put in, and there's a public place they can hunt just around the corner, and then they have another place on down the road that you can put in, but it's not gated. It's a public boat ramp, and they steal their converters off of it, of their vehicles, and break into their cars, and so they come down here because I watch everything. And now after dark I don't come out. I did a couple of times, and I got kind of worried about it, my husband told me, he said, don't go outside after dark anymore. He said, you got to tend to the boat ramp, that's fine. That was an agreement Michael and I made when we moved down here, away from our other place where the drugs were so bad down there. We got rid of it and come over here. He said, if you'll take care of the boat ramp, would be nice. So I do. And I've made a lot of friends. They bring me deer meat, pork meat, made some good church people, met them, and they're building a houseboat, and we're supposed to all go camping together. And I'm looking forward to that. I like to go when it's one or two people, not just me and John, because the world's mean. You never know what's going to happen as you go through life, and we're not young kids no more. And there's a lot of young kids that has meanness in their mind. So it worries me a little bit, but I sure do like to get off, just me and him sometimes, all by ourselves, way away from the dock and the noise. We've got some places we can go, and it's not on the main part of the river, and it's real nice and quiet. And we do it. Sometimes I don't catch nothing, and we get the pontoon hung, and it gets me frustrated. It scares me. But all in all, we've had a lot of fun. We've got caught in some bad storms on this boat. A lightning storm one night, and was trying to get out of Village Creek, and it came up a bad storm, and it was pouring down rain and lightning and thundering, and we were trying to get through a cut that we knew it had some logs there, but we had went in okay across it, but somehow the wind swished us around to where it got us hung. The motor got hung between the logs, and we couldn't get it off. And I told my husband, I said, there's no way nobody is going to come out in this pouring down rain and lightning to come help us. The only one we've got that would come would be Michael or 911 rescue. And so he finally got it off. And I told him, I said, I don't think we need to take the boat up into there anymore. And we haven't. We hadn't went back in the houseboat. Now we've been up in there in the little runabout boat we got, and we went way up in there, and I found a nice place. I would love to go fishing, but I don't think we could get back in there to it. And right now the river is so low till I'd be afraid to even take my houseboat. I mean, it's like 2 foot of water under my houseboat. The front of my houseboat is almost stuck. The deck is stuck, but we get a rain in here, and they open up that dam. That water will come down here, and we'll be floating again. Everything will be up at the top. We're 10 foot down right now, or maybe more. I'd say probably 15 foot down from the top of the bank, and it'll come back up. He's got 2 places on the tree out here. One's about 20 foot up that he ties a boat, and one's about 5 foot up. He's got it on the lower one right now in a swivel out there on the tree he put up. But all in all, we've never had any problems, other than one time somebody stole something off my deck. I had bought some brand new floodlights to put on here, and we went for a ride, and to take off some of the weight, I had a couple with us, my grandson and his wife, and so we were trying to make a little more room in here, and I didn't have a freezer on it then, so I set those lights on my deck, and there were some young guys putting their boat in as we were leaving, and they were watching us. I know who it was, and I told them, I said, if I ever catch you messing around my boat, you're going to be in some serious trouble. I'm telling you right now, 'cause you don't mess with my boat. Well, they denied doing anything wrong, but in my heart, I know it was them that took it because they were the only ones around. And anyway, they stole my lights. I hope they enjoyed them. That's all I can say because I couldn't prove nothing. I didn't even call the cops because they wouldn't have done nothing. They were underage kids. I don't think a grown up would have messed with my stuff. It was them teenagers. Anyway, I've got my trot line in the water and my fishing pole, two poles in the water. Right now, I'm not doing any good. Most of it's at night. Right now, they're biting at night. I caught one night before last, a nice one, and then last night I caught the big one, and I had to come in here. I've got a net about that big around, and I had to come in here and get it because it would not fit in my small net, which is this one. I couldn't put him in there. I tried, but I couldn't get him in it. And I was afraid I was going to lose him, so I run in here and got the bigger net and brought it out on the deck. And I was fishing out the back door, but when I caught him, he ran with it and ran to my deck, under my deck, and he got tangled up in my trot line. So I had the fish and the trot line all tangled up. So I moved my trot line this morning. I moved it up to a different area, and so I'm gonna see how that does. And if I catch some fish today on it, I've caught a couple of live perch in my traps. I got 2 traps out. One of them not catching anything, and I really did think that they would be after that dog food in a bottle I put in there, but they're not. So I put fresh bread in another trap I had. It's molded bread I had, and they like that. So I'm hoping I catch some more perch today. I got a little bucket out there. I'm putting them in, and I'll use them on my trot line because them old big ops, they like live bait. And everybody that fishes, they try to catch that live bait to fish with. So anyway, I'm doing what I love to do. I'm crocheting baby slippers here and sitting waiting on these bells to dingle to tell me I got a fish. I got a bell that dingles on my lines. When I get a bite, it'll let me know. And that's what I'm doing today. My husband's cooking for me. He said, I'll cook, you go fish. So I said, okay, I'll do that. All right, y'all. Have a good day, and I love all of you. And thanks for watching my videos. It means a lot to me that y'all like to look at my ugly little face and things I do on this boat. I'll make some more videos this summer. We'll start fishing. He promised me he was going to take me to some new places, and if the water's up to where we can get the boat around, that's going to be the biggest thing. All right, bye y'all.